Good evening, SFL Nation, coming to you live from the Queensway in London, England. 1 a.m. local time, a comfortable 50 degrees on a cloudy night. We're going to watch the St. Louis Gladiators face off against the London Knights. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. I am Mike Daggs, your play-by-play commentator tonight. Alongside me in the booth is Dallas Roughnecks owner Stephen Mullenax. On stats tonight is Scott LaRue. How you doing tonight, Stephen?
Doing great, man. Boy, it is surely early and crisp here in England, but glad to be on this first international, as far as England is concerned, game here for the SFL.
Absolutely. So tonight's matchup showcases one of our four expansion teams in the London Knights. Is comprised entirely of rookie players. They're going to be facing off against an experienced St. Louis team with many returning veterans. There's only 4 rookies on this St. Louis team. They brought in a couple of veteran free agent acquisitions. How do you think this game's going to go between this experienced team versus a whole group of rookies?
Well, for St. Louis, I'm excited to see them have a more traditional build. You know, they went a little experimental last season with no wide receivers, or at least all non-contract wide receivers. I want to see what they do here with a more traditional build. And as far as London is concerned, I fully expect this cheeky London Knights team to cover all the bits and bobs. And Bob's your uncle. Take to this Gladiator squad, giving them a little how's your father, maybe a bit of the old slap and tickle before they bugger off, and we have a little bit of a chin wag here.
There you go. All right, the kick was taken out to the 20-yard line. St. Louis is going to start with the ball. We're going to see quarterback Ethan Alexander leading his offense out onto the field.
Yeah, Ethan Alexander here is getting his first opportunity here to lead his squad into the new season. You know, this is the final preseason game here, Daggs. We've got to do a good job.
Absolutely. We got to send the preseason out with a bang. So Alexander's going to throw on the first play of the game, going deep down the center, overthrew his receiver, incomplete pass.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of the jitters there. You know, you've got the adrenaline flowing in front of this capacity crowd, this crowd that's excited to have football in their country. These are a bunch of hooligans out here, man.
Most of them are wearing really pajamas. I think they're all in pajamas out here at 1 in the morning here in London.
Lucky for you, so am I. I usually sleep in the nude. So.
Well, thankfully you're not right now. So Alexander back under center. Drops back to pass on second down, throws out to the left, and it is going to be incomplete, out of bounds.
Well, here we are. We're seeing this is exactly what the preseason's for, to shake off the rust, and that's what we're seeing right now. A little bit of rust here, but hey, that's to be expected.
I'm interested to see the rookie running back, number 23, Denzel Diaz. There he is right on the screen now. He's tiny. He's 5'6". I think he must be one of the shortest players in the league. Wonder how that's going to work to his advantage, maybe hiding behind line. And here we go. Pass is dropped down to him. It's caught, but he only makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 9.
You know, we've seen small players actually excel here in the SFL before, and you know, what they lack in size, they make up in speed. So didn't get an opportunity right there as he fell down catching that pass, but really excited to see what he can do when he gets his wheels churning.
Absolutely. So St. Louis on to punt now. The punt is away. Hauled in at the 40-yard line and immediately tackled. London will take over at the 41.
London Knights here, led by Liam Crowder. This is going to be their first action here in the SFL. Exciting.
Absolutely. So quarterback Michael Martin on the field for the first time, leading his offense to the line. Giacomo Jones at wide receiver, also Andre Godspeed. Running back is Spencer Meyer. And Martin's going to drop back to throw. He's going to dump it down to the left-hand side. Get a 4-yard gain on the play.
You know, Daggs, I'm really excited to see this offense in action. You know, Liam has decided to go with just as far as a star player, going with a quarterback, a running back, and 2 wide receivers. No tight end, no third wideout. So it's going to be interesting to see if this offense, it's kind of undermanned a little bit, can do any damage here early.
Absolutely. They invested heavily in defense, so the offense is going to be interesting to see. We're going to get a handoff on 2nd down and 6, and he is stuffed at the line.
Looks like a handoff to the fullback there, trying to get some, make this 3rd and 6 a little bit shorter, but no gain there. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. Strong safety Nick Daggs, number 31, came running in and stuffed him. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. Martin back to throw. Deep drops. Steps up. Throws downfield to the left. Ball is tipped and incomplete. Pass was intended for Andre Godspeed.
Always a dangerous proposition when you're an SFL quarterback to throw on the run. Those are the kinds of passes that get picked off all day here in this league.
Colin Douglas on the coverage there. Brings up a 4th down and 6. London will punt it back to St. Louis.
I don't know about you, Daggs, but I had an interesting experience here at the Heathrow Airport. My first body cavity search, which was...
Oh, that's fun.
That was... no, it wasn't. It's not exactly the warm welcome I was hoping to get here in England.
Well, welcome to England. Here you are. I did not have that problem, so it must have been something with you in particular. Maybe they just don't trust the guys from Texas.
That's what it is. I'm an American.
So St. Louis takes back over 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 2 running back set. Alexander's going to hand it off on a delayed draw, and it's going to be stuffed at the line again. Loss. No loss on the play. 2nd down and 10.
You know, interesting little tidbit here in this game is the only player on the field that's at a max level value is Slyn Shady, the inside linebacker tonight. It's going to be interesting watching his play tonight.
Alexander back to throw, steps up into the pocket, looking deep downfield. Incomplete.
Nearly made the play right there. That was going to be top 10 Sports Center if he made that catch. Difficult between 2 defenders. The ball was there, had it in his hands. I know you had to make the leaping attempt, but if it hits your hands, you got to believe you got to bring that in.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10. Alexander under center. 3 wide receivers. Drops back, looking downfield. Has all day to throw. Dumps it down. Ends up throwing it out of bounds. Getting rid of the ball. Brings up 4th down and 10. St. Louis will punt it back to London.
Well, London's 2 defensive ends, those 2 stars, are doing their job tonight. They are making the quarterback for St. Louis uncomfortable, and he's having to get rid of the ball before giving his wide receivers a chance to get open. So a good job there by the defensive line.
Josh Mack and Eyal Rushanek, 2 big defensive ends, 6'3" and 6'5" respectively, both over 250 pounds. It is going to be quite a match for the O-line to handle.
Yeah, basically refrigerators with arms.
Punt returned up to the 45-yard line. Free safety Jeffrey Daggs on punt return duty this evening.
Before I came to England, Daggs, they warned me about the food. Said the only thing I'm really going to like around here is fish and chips. But I found a Mickey D's, so I'm fine.
There you go. They're over here too. Who knew? I've been snacking on crumpets all afternoon. Martin back to throw, dumps it down over the middle. Complete for a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, I usually like my tea with ice, and man, you should have saw the looks I got when I asked for it. But hey, you know what? It's new country, new experiences.
That's what it's all about. 2nd down and 4. Martin under center. Power I formation. He's going to drop back to throw. Dump it down to the running back in the flat. Complete. And he gets the 1st down. Brings it up to the St. Louis 41-yard line. Nice pass down to Spencer Meyer.
Nice job of staying in bounds there. Tippy-toeing the sidelines and getting that head of steam to go in a different direction. One of the bigger problems here in the SFL is that momentum issue. Here, he's able to just barely curve his way back in and get the first down.
Thought for sure he was going out there. So
They often do. A lot of these SFL running backs are heavy on the top end.
First down and 10 from St. Louis 41. Back into power I. Martin's going to hand it off to Meyer. And he's going to be stopped at the line, second down and 10.
Yeah, St. Louis has a nice combination of a defensive end and defensive tackle. Really interesting in seeing how that combo works as far as pass rush and against the run, like right there. They've opted not to go with any outside linebackers, so I've had my own experience with non-star linebackers, and for me, they work just fine.
Aiden Friday on that stop. Hand off to the right-hand side. Friday again in on that play. Causes a loss of 1, brings up third down and 11. Not quite in field goal range, not quite where you'd want to have to punt from. See what they can do here.
Yeah, sitting there in no man's land, going to have to make some tough decisions.
Empty backfield for Martin. Going deep down the right-hand side. Ball is tipped and bouncing around, incomplete pass.
Butterfingers all around on both sides of the ball there. Clearly a tipped ball that could have been caught by either side. Seeing this a lot here in the preseason. You know, we've just introduced player progression, so the ratings for these players are the lowest they're ever going to be, probably in the history of the SFL. So, you know, you're going to have some of these plays like this until these players start building up their repertoires a little bit.
Absolutely. Nick Daggs got the tip on that pass. Freeman Peltier almost was able to secure in the pick, but instead decided to kind of take out the receiver so that he couldn't make the catch.
Nothing like nepotism. We got 2 Daggs over there.
There's Daggs everywhere. We got 2 of them on London, 1 on St. Louis, 1 up in the booth. We've invaded London tonight. So the punt's brought all the way back, and he runs it into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. So close to getting it pinned down inside the 5. No dice.
And you guys are you guys are all sharing one bed, from what I understand.
Well, you know, when you're flying overseas, the plane tickets are so expensive that money gets kind of tight. You got to do what you got to do.
That's true, man. I'm sleeping with 2 players, so I know the feeling.
First down and 10, St. Louis from their own 20-yard line. He's going to pitch it down to the right-hand side. Nice gain on the play. Gets out of bounds at the 28. Second down and 2.
And when I meant sleeping. You know, it's just cramped. It's just cramped. You know, apartment space. That's all I meant. And hotel space was cramped, and two of the players needed a room. Let's just stop this.
It's nice of you to share. Yeah, moving on.
It's gone too far. It's American thing. They wouldn't understand it.
Inside 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
It's downhill, Daggs. It's downhill.
Absolutely. Final game of preseason. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? No gain on second down. Brings up third and 2.
Got to rein it in. All right, got to rein it in. Yeah, again, can this diminutive running back gain yardage against these players that just overshadow him? We'll see.
Alexander pressured in his face. Isn't able to get the pass away. Brings up yet another 4th down in our punt party that we have going on here in London tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. If you like defense, you're loving this game. I mean, we're seeing a lot of quality defense and a lot of rusty offense. But here in the SFL, especially in the preseason, those games usually turn out to be just scoring fest later in the game. So keep watching because you never know what's going to happen.
Jeffrey Daggs deep to receive this punt. Daggs is going to take it from the 32-yard line. Gets about 5 yards on the return. Brings it up to the London 38 where they'll take over. 5 minutes, 17 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, solid field position here for the London Knights. You got to think they've got to take their opportunity here, get this ball going. But just both offenses really stale right now. We need to see either one of these teams start to string some first downs together.
Martin hands it off. Nice run up through the right side, breaking a couple tackles, getting a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, nice, tough, hard running. And you know, they're in that formation where they are committed to the run. They've got a lot of blockers out there, and that's what you want to see. You want to see your running back be able to break that first tackle, because oftentimes those lead to long gains.
Martin's going to hand it off again, breaking another tackle, getting a couple more yards on the play. Spencer Meyer, he's not a small back. He's 6'3", 220 pounds.
Yeah, that's small for basketball, but not for football. That's a big boy right there.
It's going to be quite a handful for the St. Louis defense to try to stuff. Brings up a 3rd down and 3 from the 45. Martin's going to throw it down to the left-hand side. It is caught for a 1st down. Andre Godspeed brings it up to the 46-yard line of St. Louis.
I like the strategy right there. I like the coaching right there. You run the ball in the first 2 downs, get into a 3rd and short situation, and a nice little out route to give your wide receiver some confidence and some continuity finally for this offense.
Jeffrey Daggs pushing him out of bounds to stop the progress. Good closing speed there from the rookie free safety. Martin hands the ball off, runs up to the left-hand side, only can get back to the line of scrimmage where he is stopped.
Yeah, you're not doing your running back any favors as blockers if you're just going to let guys go right past you, and that's exactly what these blockers did. They allowed these defenders to just come right through them, right beside them, like they were walking past them on the sidewalk.
Slightly delayed handoff there, too. I mean, you really got to be blocking if you're going to have a delayed handoff like that. Martin's going to throw it down into the flat to the running back. Only gains about 1 on the play. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, what we're seeing right now from both offenses, they're playing really safe. They're running the ball. They're throwing those little screen or swing passes out, and really not going for the long bomb as much. I like to see him air it out a little bit here.
Third down and 8. Martin's going to be looking downfield. He throws it. It's nearly picked off. Ooh. In and out of the hands of in and out of the hands of Colin Douglas. Getting my 44s mixed up tonight.
Yeah, that Douglas boy, he had a good shot at that one, boy. He'd almost had a clear lane to take that for a pick 6. Lucky break there for London.
Would have only been a couple of linemen that would have possibly been able to slow him down.
Yeah, and they're not blocking anyone anyway, so right. I don't have much faith they're going to be able to tackle.
Certainly not going to be jumping into the tackles.
That's right.
And he runs it back into the end zone again.
All right, that's just ridiculous. We've seen that so much here in the SFL. The guy clearly had every opportunity to stop before the goal line. And again, we're talking about that top-heavy momentum. Just kind of yanks them into the end zone and gives a big break here for St. Louis.
St. Louis is going to take over on their own 20-yard line. Alexander's going to drop back to pass, throws it out to the right-hand side. Is caught for a 3-yard gain on the play.
Like
Tristan
the coverage
Jones.
there. Like the coverage there, excuse me, Daggs. Like the coverage there by that cornerback right on top of him. That's a big wide receiver right there. He's gonna box you out like you're in the paint in a basketball game. And as a corner, that's just undersized compared to these big wide receivers. Sometimes the best you can do is just be right on top of them and bring them down for a short gain.
Alexander pitches it over to the left, immediately stuffed in the backfield. Defense all over him. Eyal Rushanek, defensive end. We mentioned him earlier.
Diaz, though, shows good power. He actually got hit behind the line of scrimmage and was able to carry the defender back over for just either a minimum gain or no gain at all, but at least it wasn't a loss.
Brings up a 3rd down and 6. London crowd on their feet, making noise. Alexander's going to throw a quick pass over to the left-hand side. It is caught for a first down. Nice quick throw there to Tristan Jones.
Yeah, and a nice job by the receiver catching it near his waistline. Boom, right there. Just a little bit behind him. And all he had was black jerseys in front of him, but able to concentrate, keep his focus, and bring that ball in. Nice first down for St. Louis.
Alexander drops back to throw all day in the pocket again. Dangerous pass, and it is picked off. The London defense returning the ball, brings it back to the 44-yard line. Nice pick by Garrett Rowland Sr., the outside linebacker for London.
Yeah, this ball ping-pongs off two different defenders, giving Rowland an opportunity to just barely catch it right off of the ground. Good hands by Sr. there. And maybe this is the play that turns it around for London and gets them finally on the board.
Be nice to see a little bit of offense in this game.
Absolutely.
I think London has spent most of the game in between the 40 and 50 on St. Louis' side of the field. I've seen this angle before.
Deja vu.
1st and 10. Martin deep downfield, tipped again, bouncing around. Incomplete.
Wow, I thought that was excellent coverage by the Gladiators, but there at the last second, the Gladiator defender actually accelerated past the ball, and Langley had an opportunity to catch it right there in his hands and just dropped the pass. A missed opportunity there. So
London is one of few teams that do have a contract kicker, Zach Daggs. Surprise, surprise. So they do have somebody that can kick from a distance, but they got to get it a little bit closer for him. That'll certainly help. Nice run by Meyer. Gain of 5. Brings up a 3rd down and 5 from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that's, that's why you have and that's why you pay a star kicker to these kind of, 38 to 35-yard line. You'd have to kind of make a decision here. You can try to make something this long. Right now, it'd be probably around a 52, 53-yard field goal. Probably something I wouldn't try.
Martin with an empty back set. Throws it out to the outside. It is caught, but it is going to be a yard short. Brings up a 4th down and 1 from the 35, and we'll see what London wants to do here if they want to give their rookie kicker a shot.
Well, I think that just exemplifies exactly how needy both of these teams are for points. That play is not designed to get you more than 4 or 5 yards. Oh, it looks like they're going to maybe go for it here.
They might go for it, or they might just be trying to draw them off sides. We'll see what they want to do here. And they are going to snap the ball. It is handed off, and it is stuffed.
Wow. I'm just looking for official confirmation that they didn't get that over the line, and that is officially stuffed. It looks like they did. Wow, what an excellent job right there. Yeah, the ball is turned over.
Absolutely. St. Louis's offense back on the field. That one was close.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not seeing a challenge. They didn't bring the sticks out to even measure it. I thought it was a lot closer. It needed to be looked at, but apparently not.
St. Louis wants to get going. Alexander under center, 3 wide receivers. Is going to be a pitch out to Diaz. Running around to the left side for a gain of 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, both of these offenses are committed to the run. I'm liking that part of the game as far as their offense. They're at least committed to running the football. They haven't had much success doing so, but you got to believe this pounding over and over again on these defenses is going to wear them out, and eventually they're going to break some big runs.
It looks like we're going to see almost the exact same play. Diaz gets another nice run, gets it up to the 41-yard line, and that is going to do it for us for the first quarter. We are still scoreless here in London after 1. Get the second quarter going here from the St. Louis 41-yard line. 3rd down and 3. Alexander pitches it. London quickly into the backfield, wraps Diaz up, tackles him for a loss on the play, brings up a 4th down and 4. Once again, Eyal Rushanek in the backfield, disrupting the run game.
Yeah, you're asking a lot of your running back to try and convert that, especially one-on-one like that. Man, that's just a unfortunate play call, I believe, there for the Gladiators.
Punt is away, nearly blocked. Daggs returns it from the 25. No gain on the return. London will take over at their own 26-yard line.
Hey, Daggs, here's a positive. The score is 0-0, and these guys here in London are used to their football games having that score. So,
so no surprises for them yet.
No. I think they'd go out of their mind if there were 6 points suddenly on the board.
Have a final score of 35-28. There's going to be rioting in the streets. There's so many points.
There you go. There might be rioting in the streets anyway.
3 receivers out to the left. Pump fakes. Throws it over the middle. Nice completion for a gain of 5.
Daggs, while we have a second, I was hoping that maybe you could explain the entire Brexit situation to me.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. But how about we wait until after the game? We can have a...
Yeah, all right. Sounds good.
might take a little bit longer than the next 4 seconds. Power I formation on a second and 5.
Keeping you on your toes.
Didn't quite prepare a lot of Brexit notes. Maybe Liam Crowder can fill us in on the details afterwards. Delayed handoff to Meyer. Spins his way up to the 33-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down and short.
We talked of deja vu earlier. We're seeing these same running plays over and over again where blockers are just missing their assignments, and there's a defender that roams free in the backfield. Yeah, that's something that coaches are going to have to get cleaned up before the regular season kicks off next weekend.
Missed blocks on a delayed handoff. It's just a recipe for failure. Martin alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looking, throws it down to the right side, and it is hauled in. Nice catch. Giacomo Jones brings it up to the 45-yard line. 1st down.
The out route, once again, the most successful route in this game. They're just a nice timing between him and the wide receiver, the quarterback, the wide receiver. Good positive yardage here, and something different than what we've seen for the majority of this game.
Martin is 8 of 11 on the day, but only 38 yards. Not really pushing it downfield like you brought up earlier. Meyer with a short run out to the right-hand side. Gains a yard on the play, but nothing more. Stuffed. Back at the line again.
Yeah, a little confused as to why he ignored the gigantic hole in the middle of the line and opted to go outside. Must have saw something in his peripheral vision or something there, but just chose the wrong hole to go down and, met by a plethora of defenders.
3 wide receivers on 2nd and 9. Martin dropping back. Throwing deep down the middle, and it is hauled in for a 1st down. Nice catch by Andre Godspeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have offense.
Here we go.
Absolutely. Take a look. It's right down the middle of the field, right between 2 umpires. Not much out there other than those stripes for a split second. Nice window there and a nice... I'd call that a diving catch, Daggs.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. We're only 33 yards away from the end zone for the first time tonight. Martin looking again, throws a safe pass over to the right-hand side to the running back. He's going to get it up to the 27-yard line, brings up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, if you can get 6 yards on every safe pass, I'd do that every play. I'll take that all day, especially in this game.
There you go. 1st down every 2 throws. That'd be perfect. Looks like you've stirred up some trouble in the chat. Some people are starting to talk about Brexit, saying, don't even get me started. Wayne Schindler.
Oh, boy.
Kanye Rockefeller asking if we're both drinking in the booth. We're just not going to comment on that one.
I told Daggs, if St. Louis wins this one, we've got to say that we haven't seen a slaughter like this since the Boston Tea Party.
Hey, I thought we weren't bringing that one up. We talked about this.
You're right. America.
America. Here we go. 3rd down and 5 from the St. Louis 28-yard line. Martin, delayed handoff again. No surprise there. It is stopped at the line. Those have not worked.
The computer must love the delayed handoff because we've seen that numerous times tonight. As a reminder for those guys that are not in the know with the SFL, these games are all run off generic playbooks. So this is just purely cosmetic preseason game, looking at these players and their ratings. So keep that in mind.
It's coming to the field for the first time, rookie Zach Daggs at kicker. The kick is up. It's on its way, and it is through the uprights from 45 yards out. The investment in the kicker pays off early, getting our first points of the day, 3-0.
Living up to the Daggs name.
Absolutely.
That's why you pay that man the big bucks, is to hit those 45-yarders, which are, you know, a perilous situation for non-contract kickers in the league. That's why you pay that guy.
Zach, one of the biggest kickers in the league. He looks like Sebastian Janikowski out there. He's huge. Kick goes all the way back to the goal line. St. Louis is going to return it. Spins their way up to the 21-yard line where St. Louis will take over. 6.5 minutes here to go in the second quarter.
Janikowski, I don't recognize that name. Is he in the SFL?
No, he's the NFL.
Oh, the league that doesn't exist. I got you.
Yeah, they're fake. No more mentioning of them.
Oh, you can mention them. I'll just knock them down every time.
All right, delayed handoff, stuffed at the line.
Daggs, you don't even need to do commentary. We'll just record you saying delayed handoff.
That's it, delayed handoff, stuffed at the line. We'll just keep putting that on repeat. E.L. Rushanek again, stuffed him. This defensive end's doing a great job for London.
Look, as a coach of a team in the preseason who did diddly squat through the first 3.5 quarters, I feel for these coaches and owners. I know that they're just watching these teams on the field, and that they're wanting the best to happen, but it's a little bit out of their control.
Absolutely. First reception on the day for Elijah Swaim, tight end, 6'7". It's helpful having a big tight end like that. You know, in the blocking game, the passing game, you know, that size really does help.
Yeah, Swaim is arguably one of the top tight ends in the SFL, maybe the top tight end in the SFL. Was really their main offensive weapon outside the running back last year.
And suddenly we have a delayed handoff actually work. Nice run by Diaz. Gets the first down, brings it up to the St. Louis 33-yard line.
Yeah, Diaz having a tough time. Eight attempts tonight, only 11 yards. So it's been slow going there for the tiny back. I'm sorry, Daggs. Did I talk over you? I apologize.
No, you're good. Alexander all day to throw, dumps it down over to the left-hand side. Nice gain on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get the stiff arm there for a second. Instead, gave him the old shoulder and fell down. But a nice little play there to get them to a very short 2nd and 1 opportunity.
So I'd like to see him try to take a shot here on 2nd and 1. I mean, 3rd and 1 wouldn't be that bad. But
Whoa, Daggs, slow down.
Here we go. Nice run out to the right-hand side. Beautiful run by Diaz. Broke away. Finally some blocking. And he actually makes his way into London territory at the 47-yard line.
Best run of the night for Denzel. You can see that speed in action gives him enough juice to get around the outside. No blocking issues this time. Not going to break a lot of tackles at that size, but he's going to gain a lot of yardage before he gets touched.
Tiny man got right through the line, tackled by Jeffrey Daggs on the play. I got my 44 correct this time.
And he's not the only tiny man. You know, the quarterback's only 5'11".
He is. Oh, pressure on that pass. Once again, E.L. Rushanek in the backfield causing all sorts of problems for the St. Louis offense tonight.
Yeah, both of these defenses surely came out to play. You know, the man who was supposed to be sitting in this seat tonight, James Richards, he mentioned earlier how these defenses, especially right now with player progression, you know, these defenses are going to look really keyed up, and that's what we've seen tonight. We've seen some good plays, some solid defense.
2nd down and 10, quick pitch. stuffed in the backfield. El, no, that's not El, that's Garrett Rowland Sr. Gets right back into the backfield, stuffs him for a loss on the play, loss of 4.
Yeah, and just absolutely no chance. It's almost as if the opposing defensive coordinator was in the offensive coordinator's, pocketbook. He knew exactly what was going to happen.
Brings up a 3rd and 14, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Alexander looking, throwing it deep downfield, and it is hauled in for a first down. Beautiful catch.
Yeah, nice. What the Gladiators did, that they brought in max protection, allowed their running back, their fullback to block, giving the quarterback some extra time there in the pocket, and the opportunity to find the receiver right down the center of the field. What a laser.
Tackled by Kane Vasquez, but not before. Nice gain. Brings up a first down and 10 from the London 33-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Alexander hands it off, and he is immediately brought down. Diaz just leveled.
So far tonight, Ethan Alexander, 8 of 15, 55 yards, and that 1 interception by Rowland Sr.
A flag on the play. So you get a free play here for St. Louis. Completion was made, but he steps out of bounds. Looked like offsides on the London defense.
Neutral zone infraction, number 47, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat.
Rushinek, unfortunately, getting a little too jumpy, looking to make some plays.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity there. If the quarterback had recognized that that was an offside, so should have thrown that ball deep to try and get something in the end zone. Instead, throws it out to the flat, and the running back or whoever that was just runs right out of bounds. I think it was a fullback.
I believe so.
Pretty big size difference between the two.
He's a little bigger than the tiny fella, who is once again stuffed at the line. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 3-0 Knights. See how this first half wraps up. London crowd once again rising to their feet on this 3rd down and 7. Alexander dropping back, throws a short pass down. It is caught, but it is immediately tackled. Brings him up to the 26-yard line. Now, St. Louis does not have a contract kicker, so somewhat longer field goals like this is going to be, about a 41, 42-yard field goal try. They're not automatic.
Yeah, certainly no guarantee here, but realistically, very doable.
St. Louis letting some time tick off the clock here. Good snap. Ball is down. Kick is up. And it is through the uprights. We're all tied up here with 1:09 to go. 3-3.
And St. Louis proves you don't have to be related to the play-by-play announcer to make field goals.
Even Northrop can do it.
Daggs, this crowd, despite this game being a little bit of an offensive snoozer here in the first half, this London crowd has not stopped cheering the entire time. It must be used to that through all their soccer matches that they have.
Don't say soccer over here. Looking
Yeah,
bad at you. We're watching the American football right now.
Well, I don't want to confuse the audience.
Beautiful return by Jeffrey Daggs for London, getting him great yardage. Good field position, starting at their own 36-yard line with 1:04 to go here in the first half.
Yes, absolutely. A really good return. 1 tackle away, it appeared to be, and he might have been gone for 6. But puts the Knights in a nice little area here on the field. Maybe they can make a little noise before the end of the first half.
Martin leading his offense back out onto the field. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Martin's going to hand it off. Meyer with a nice run. Gain of 5. And they're going to hurry right back to the line. Quick snap. Martin looking downfield. He's going to throw it over the middle. Nearly picked off. In and out of the hands of the defense.
Well, you gotta, you've got a limited amount of time. You need to try and make those longer throws. And Martin's been pretty efficient tonight. 10 of 14 so far, 65 yards. Just didn't connect on that one.
Cannon just playing a short zone there. Stays right in front of the pass. Had his eyes on the quarterback the whole time. Read that play like a book.
You give me a linebacker on a wide receiver, and I'm throwing to that wide receiver every time.
3rd down and 5. Martin alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. And we have a flag. Somebody jumped off sides. Martin under pressure as he throws. Ball is picked off. St. Louis returning it, but it's probably going to be all for nothing as there was a flag right at the snap. Nice interception by Freeman Peltier.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. That's a good call by the quarterback. Go ahead and make that throw in double coverage. The pass interference can happen. Your receiver can come down with the ball. Big plays can happen. And when you have that penalty there, it just kind of gives you that safety net. That's a good play by the quarterback, even though it did come back as an interception that won't count.
And we were at 3rd down and 5. Now we're at 3rd and inches, so we must have had 3rd and 5 and inches. The penalty not quite enough for a first down. We'll see what London does here. Do they just want to run and get a quick first down or throw? It looks like they've elected to throw. Quick out route to the right, and it is caught. Hauled in by Giacomo Jones for a first down right up to midfield. 36 seconds to go.
Sorry, Daggs. Yeah, that's a good play. They've got all of their timeouts, I believe, and they just wanted to get that first down, get them comfortable, give them this is 4-down territory for them to try and get as close to at least a field goal as possible.
Martin's going to hand it off to Meyer, and London's going to be forced to burn a timeout. I'm not sure with 36 seconds left, even from midfield, if that's really running territory. I think you want to at least get a little bit closer, unless you're trying to settle for a field goal, but you're nowhere near even in range for that yet.
I think it might have been just trying to get a little bit too cute, thinking that the defense may be playing the pass. Maybe you could sneak in a run there on first down, get some good yardage. Clearly not.
Didn't work. St. Louis defense read that one perfectly. Martin going to pass this time. Another out route to the right-hand side of the field. Looked like he stepped out of bounds, but then spun back in. Andre Godspeed does only gain 4 yards on the play before he steps out. Stops the clock. 30 seconds left to go.
Yeah, I think that he stepped out before he started that little spin move to try and get some extra yardage. It almost gave you 5 yards. I'm going to get you halfway there to a first down, and it stops the clock, so it's hard to argue with.
Brings up a 3rd down and 6. Martin looking, throws it deep down to the left-hand side, jumps, tips, incomplete pass. Colin Douglas on coverage against Andre Godspeed. Neither of them can haul it in.
Yeah, Godspeed runs that fade route, and Douglas sees it from the very beginning. He's playing way up on Godspeed, and he just stays step for step with him the entire way. Just speaks to the tremendous abilities of that defender.
London brings on their punting unit, going to try to pin St. Louis deep back in their own territory. Punt is away, and he's going to let it bounce down at the 1, and it rolls its way into the end zone for a touchback. St. Louis will get the ball back with 16 seconds to go. Now, do you think they're actually going to try to do something here, or are they just going to do a couple of runs and send us to halftime?
Yeah, I think with the score being tied at 3, you just can't risk throwing a pick 6 or turning the ball over this close to their end zone or to your end zone. So I think it's just going to be run the clock out.
So he is going to try at least one throw, stepping up into the pocket, and he decides to just run with it. Risky play. Good thing he didn't fumble, but he does get a first down. However, they are just going to let the time tick away here in the first quarter. That'll bring us to halftime. Your score at the half, St. Louis Gladiators 3, London Knights 3. We will be back after halftime.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Don't miss the SFL podcast every Saturday night at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern on Twitch before the league's weekend slate gets kicked off. Join me, Mighty RX, defending champion team owner Ramos Lynn, and our host, Jack Brown, to break down all the headlines in the SFL. Jack, yeah, I know we gotta move on. Calm down. See you there, everybody.
And we are back, ready to get the second half underway. St. Louis has the ball teed up and kicking it off to London. Jeffrey Daggs takes it from the 9-yard line, is able to spin his way up to the 29-yard line, where London will take over.
Quarterback Michael Martin, 12 of 17 for 87 yards there in that first half. 3 catches each for Jones and Godspeed, so he's spreading the ball around, just not a lot of success as far as getting even into the red zone, much less the end zone.
Power I formation for London here on first down. It is going to be a pitch over to Meyer. He's able to nearly break one tackle, squeezes his way up to the 31-yard line. Gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, I know that that these offenses have really focused on running the ball, but here getting into this second half, I'd really like to see them airing out a lot more.
I'm just taking a peek over here in the chat. Looks like Colin Northrup pointed out that there's some American flags hanging by the scoreboard. Steven, did you have anything to do with that?
I played the 5th. I don't know if that works in this country or not, but I'm going to go ahead and do it.
I don't think our amendments travel over here with us. Just because you got the passport doesn't mean that you can bring that too.
Then I'll go ahead and claim Brexit.
I don't think that's a thing. Nice reception there for London. Brings up a first down and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Empty backfield for Martin. St. Louis defense only sends 4. Martin going deep downfield to the left side. It is tipped. Nearly picked off by Freeman Peltier.
Yeah, I think that's a bad decision by Martin. I clearly saw a couple other wide receivers wide open. Just maybe focusing a little too much on one player there. If he had taken just maybe a little bit more time, that could have been a really big play.
Throwing it a little deeper. It looked like Godspeed might have had separation there. It was just looked to me like maybe it was underthrown. Brings up a second down and 10. Martin in a power I formation, making an audible at the line. It is going to be a handoff to Meyer. Brought down hard at the line.
Yeah, these running backs are not getting much help out there. They are pretty much on their own behind the line of scrimmage. Not a good way to set up your rushing attack.
Meyer's struggling. He's had 15 rush attempts on the day, hasn't even hit 20 yards, and it looks like Martin has decided not to use him on this play. Empty backfield. Martin throwing it deep down the left-hand side, and it is picked off. Picked off by Freeman Peltier of the St. Louis defense. He had his hands on a couple of them earlier and couldn't bring them in. This one he's got.
Well, Peltier's been a great defender of this league for a long time. You kind of feel for London, though. They wanted to test the waters. They're what turns out to be essentially a kind of a short punt here. They're on third down. But, I like the fact that London is getting aggressive. Just didn't work for them in that case.
St. Louis is going to take over on their own 36-yard line. It's going to be a quick handoff. Squeezing his way through the line, but then he's brought down hard. The 39-yard line.
Hey, positive yardage.
Yards is yards.
Hard to knock that, especially on first down, making that second and manageable and making it just a little bit easier for the slow-going offense.
Diaz having similar struggles that Myers having. 13 attempts, less than 20 yards on the day, and that did him no favors. Another short gain on the play brought him up to the 40-yard line. He got about a yard there. Brings up a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, he just bad vision there, spinning into the defenders. Actually, the defender caught him mid-spin and dropped him. Gotta hurt, leaves this 3rd down and 6.
Liam Crowder says that the American flags are a tribute to the special relationship that we have between the two countries. That's so sweet.
It is special.
Alexander, a nice throw to the right, keeping his toes in bounds. He's able to haul that catch in. Tristan Jones, 6'4", rookie wide receiver. But it's not enough for a first down. Brings up a 4th and 3. He had to get all twisted there.
And I'm sure St. Louis's coaching staff is scratching their heads just like I am. Not exactly sure why you run that play. You need 6 yards. The receiver goes out just 3 yards. It doesn't make any sense.
He is a rookie wide receiver, though, so could have something to do with it.
He's going to be an unemployed wide receiver if he keeps making plays like that.
Ouch.
Yay.
So London's going to take over with 8 minutes to go from their own 25-yard line. 8 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Martin's going to go deep on his first pass, and it is caught, hauled in, gets it to the 40, the 30, down to the 20, 10, 5. He is gone. Touchdown, Giacomo Jones.
God save the Queen.
Oh, my.
Touchdown Jones, yes. Look, we talked about taking risks, coming out on first down, going into shotgun, and this is what happens when you're aggressive. Yeah, he had an interception on his last throw. Has no memory of that. Goes in, throws this ball, touchdown. London Knights, 6 points with the extra point to go.
Peltier tried to make a last-second tackle there. Had a great closing speed, able to run up and get to Jones, but unable to bring him down. Jones wiggles his way into the end zone, brings out big number 12, Zach Daggs, for the extra point. Look at him. He's the size of a lineman.
The legendary Jack.
Kick is up, and it is good. Brings us to 10-3 here in London.
Whew, Dax, I'm just glad that we shook off the rust ourselves, and we actually got a touchdown here. I'm feeling pretty good. I thought it was jet lag there for a second.
Now we're coming to life here at 2 in the morning here in London. I just got my tea refilled. I'm ready to go.
Hot tea, dang it.
Hot tea indeed. Daggs kicks it off all the way back to the 2-yard line where St. Louis is going to return it. They get it up to the 26, 27-yard line when they're tackled.
All right, here's the good thing. Here's the good thing, guys. Anyone watching, the London Knights are up 7 now. That's going to put the pressure on St. Louis. They're going to have to start getting a little bit more active, taking some more risk here. I fully expect to see some of that. I don't want to see those first and second down runs as much. I wanted to see some pass plays here, take some chances.
Ethan Alexander pitches it over to Diaz, ducks one tackle, can't duck the second. Back to the line of scrimmage, brings up a 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, give Diaz credit for even getting it back to just a 1-yard loss. That was going to be a 5 or 6 yard loss, but the nifty spin saves his offense a little face there.
Three receiver, 2 running back set here on 2nd down. Alexander going to throw. Quick throw down to Diaz behind the line of scrimmage. Only able to gain about a yard on the play. Cliff Lawton with the tackle.
I know people at home are probably thinking, what are they doing? Why are they throwing it to the running back out there? Well, you got to remember that this guy is the highest valued player on the field. So the quarterback's going to be looking for his most talented player along.
Does need to get him the ball. Deep throw. It is tipped and in and out of the hands of about 6 London defenders. Nobody can quite haul it in. Brings up 4th down and 9.
I guess you can figure out what game these defenders play in the offseason. They all play volleyball because they were tipping that thing around. And you're lucky that the last one just didn't spike it.
Dwayne Schindler in the chat wants to know why we're not having fish and chips. If he wants to bring us some up to the booth, I'm down.
This is the only place where I can find the McRib this time of year, so I'm getting 2 of those bad boys.
St. Louis on the punt.
2 McRibs, a Coke, and a Lipitor.
Jeffrey Daggs sidesteps the first tackle, gains about 3 yards out of that one. London's going to take over from their own 38-yard line.
Now here's the question, Daggs. Are they going to stay aggressive, or are they going to start playing the safe game again and start running the football? It's going to be interesting to see how they react now that they've had a little taste of success. Are they going to hold back, or are they going to let loose?
Andre Godspeed lined up at the bottom of your screen against safety. See me against the corner there. All alone. It is going to be a pitch. Meyer runs to the outside, sidesteps one guy, gets a nice gain on the play down to the 35-yard line before Douglas can finally bring him down. Douglas and Daggs in there on the tackle.
Yeah, 26-yard gain is best of the night. Let's watch the little stutter step here. Whoop. And then back into that's just something not everybody can do right there. That Reggie Bush-like stop and start, if anybody remembers him at USC. He's able to go full speed, stop on a dime, and then right back to full acceleration in a moment's notice. See, Daggs, I said USC, so we wouldn't have to acknowledge that other league.
That's perfect. 1st down and 10 from the St. Louis 36-yard line. Martin's going to hand it off to Meyer. Only back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Yeah, I want to revisit this. I mean, look, these defenses, I know we're talking a lot about the offense, but these defenses are playing a heck of a ball game, both sides of the ball. And you've got to be encouraged on both teams. They've come to play so well and have done so well, particularly against the run. And they have been able to stop a lot of runs behind the line of scrimmage.
Meyer around to the right side this time. Loss of 2 or 3 on that play brings up a 3rd down and 13 from the St. Louis 39. You know London's going to want to try to get just a few more yards here to get into field goal range. Just, I think, a bit outside it here at this point.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they run the ball, but here's the thing now. Here's the chess match. The defense knows they're going to have to throw it. Offense knows they're going to have to throw it. Sitting there now in shotgun, who wins this battle?
Martin steps up into the pocket, throws it deep downfield, throws it way too far in front of his intended receiver. Incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 13. Now, do you think, do we try here for a 56-yard field goal?
Yeah, I know you're playing him top dollar, and that's a big boy right there in Jack Daggs. But no, I don't think you take the risk. You have the lead. Let's go ahead and play the field position game here a little bit and see if we can pin them back deep.
And punt they will from the 39. Trying to kick it off to the corner. Doesn't want it to roll back into the end zone this time. It's taken at the 10. Gets it up to about the 13-yard line where he is stopped.
Let's go back and talk about that previous play there on 3rd down. A really great job by the Gladiators defense. They only had 3 men on the defensive line, and they were able to get enough pressure to make the quarterback uncomfortable and make him pass on the run, and his accuracy was off. And here we are, 4th down punt, and they have the ball on their own 13.
Alexander brings his offense back to the line. Sees something in the London defense, wants to make a change here. 11 of 19 on the day for Alexander. Here comes attempt number 20. It's going to be a deep pass down the right side. Almost picked off in and out of the hands of another London defender.
I like the play call. Aggressive. One-on-one on the outside with your big, tall, wide receiver. Pass was a little underthrown, but still, that's the kind of aggression we want to see, especially down 7, now getting into the later minutes of the third quarter.
Second down and 10. Alexander's going to hand it off. Nice little move there for Diaz to get it up for a gain of 4. Brings up a 3rd down and 6.
I wonder if Diaz had a problem getting to the field tonight. I mean, just because of his size, he just, I don't know if the security around here would even think that he was a football.
Well, from what I was told, he needed a booster seat in the taxi cab from the airport, but he had one with him, so at least he made it there. Nice little throw right over the middle is complete for a 1st down, brings it up to the 34-yard line.
Daggs, you are savage. Savage.
You just said security wouldn't let him in because he looked like a child.
Yeah, I did. No, he just looking on the field. You look at his big fullback who looks like he's 6'3", 300 pounds. He just morphs him so much there. It's kind of a funny visual.
Diaz tries to make his way up to the left side, breaks one tackle, tries to spin through the second, and is stopped. Cain Vasquez on the tackle. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Nice little run there for Diaz over to the left.
We can see the speed, and I think that's what the coaches for the St. Louis are going to take away from this game. Clearly, he has the speed, Diaz, to make it to the outside. Just once he got there, I think it was a bad decision to try and spin back in. He needed to try and use his speed to go outside more.
Going to see a pass play here on 2nd and 4. It's complete. Nice catch. Big, tall Elijah Swaim is able to grab it right over the head of the defender. Brings in his 2nd catch of the day for the 1st down.
And that is an amazing play. We're not going to get a replay. We absolutely should. But that is all Elijah Swaim. He actually got in front of the defender to catch that ball, and then between 2 defenders was able to finagle his way to get the 1st down. Amazing play. Maybe the best play of the game so far.
We're going to see a pitch. He's running the wrong way there for a second. Not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Is going to take a loss of 2 on 1st down. Cain Vasquez in on the tackle for a loss.
If I am Diaz, I'm going back to the huddle. I'm cussing out all of my offensive linemen. I'm cussing out the coaching staff when I get on the field. They have to get him some help. It just can't be a one-man show.
2nd down and 12. Alexander throws it over to the left-hand side. It is caught and pummeled out of bounds. The 47-yard line. Short gain on the play brings up a 3rd down and 9.
And that's you know the give and take with the smaller, quicker running backs. They're not going to break you many tackles, so you have to put them in really good position not to get touched, and let them use their speed to get yards before that 1st tackle.
Alexander deep down the middle, in and out of the hands of his receiver.
Not an easy catch by any sort of the imagination there. Not an easy catch, but one he should have came down with.
An injury on the play. Malcolm Tucker down on the field for London. Not quite sure what happens to him. Looks like he just kind of gets thrown down and doesn't get back up on his own power.
Well, it's either paper cut or cramps. It's one of the 2.
Brings up a 4th down and 9, and St. Louis is going to punt it back to London.
Opportunity here for London to, really start to take control of this game here.
Punt is away. Jeffrey Daggs is going to field it at the 15-yard line, and he fumbles the ball. Fumbles the ball and is picked up by St. Louis. A huge swing of events there. St. Louis is going to have excellent field position now from the London 20-yard line.
It would be a dag, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's the fumble. Just takes his eye off the ball. Looks like he was looking downfield a little too much and didn't concentrate enough on catching the ball. Big break for St. Louis. And you know what? I think in turn this could be huge for London if their defense is able to keep them out of the end zone.
One of the first plays tonight inside the red zone for St. Louis. As we tick down in 2 minutes in the third quarter, quick throw over the middle, in and out of the hands again of about 5 London defenders. Incomplete pass. Nobody can pick it off.
What a nice defensive play by London. Clearly, they had a guy right in the middle of the field ready to get an automatic first down, and the tip of the ball changes all of it. It's another tip drill. And maybe, sorry, Daggs, but maybe that's the symptom of having a shorter quarterback.
Absolutely. Second down and 10 now for St. Louis. Throw to the looks like maybe the fullback for a loss on the play. Loss of 2. Knocked him back out of the red zone. Just going to bring up a third down and 12.
Pretty pedestrian night so far for Ethan Alexander, quarterback for St. Louis. 16 to 27. 98 yards and an interception, but this is his first trip to the red zone. See if he can make it count.
Alexander looking, throws it over to the left. It is hauled in, but it is going to be short of the sticks. Brings up a 4th down and 8. Nice reception by Tristan Jones, but he can't quite break the tackle for the first down.
Yeah, now they're in the red zone, but they're 4th and 8. They're going to have to kick the field goal. Again, I am not a fan of throwing the ball before the sticks and then putting the onus of getting that first down on your wide receiver. If you're going to go for the first down on a third down, throw it past the sticks.
Ball is down, the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. Brings us to London Knights 10, St. Louis Gladiators 6. One-score game here late in the third quarter. And now we're going to break for a brief word from the SFL presented by APM Music.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in a DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
Jeffrey Daggs trying to redeem himself on that one's able to bring it up to the 29-yard line. Decent starting field position for London on this drive.
And we talked about it, Daggs. That's a big win, I think, for London to be able to hold St. Louis back, and really, it's a really telling sign of just how much St. Louis's offense is struggling.
And as we mentioned earlier, London did invest heavily in their defense to set their team up for its inaugural season. Plenty over on the defensive side of the ball. Nice quick throw over the middle is going to give them a gain of 8 on the play.
And London can now just take their time. They're still in the lead. They're up by more than a field goal. This is their opportunity to go ahead and take it into the fourth quarter and go in there with the lead and try to get some points.
And that will be the end of the third quarter. Your score 10-6. Knights over the Gladiators. Three quarters in the books, 1 to go. Here in London for the first game we've had in the SFL over here in Europe. Second down and 2. Pitch over to the left-hand side. Breaks 1 tackle. Tries to break 2 and 3 and can't quite get it done. It's going to bring up a third down and 2.
Yeah, it looks like just missed assignments there. The fullback didn't know where he was going to go. The running back didn't know where the fullback was going to go. That's preseason football.
Handoff up the middle, breaks over to the left-hand side. Meyer's able to wiggle his way up to the 43-yard line. It's going to be enough for the first down. And I think it's really important here that they do keep the ball on the ground. Like you said, it is still a touchdown game. They can keep grinding away and trying to run this clock out. We're still early here in the fourth quarter. It's a lot of clock, but I think play it safe and maintain your lead and let your defense do what you've invested in them to do.
Absolutely.
Little handoff to the right-hand side doesn't quite work. It's tackled for a loss on the play. Brings up a second down and 12 inside 10 minutes here to go in the game.
Yeah, Spencer Marr, 21 attempts, 21 carries so far tonight, 45 yards. Nothing to write home about, but getting the job done there when he needed to for the most part.
Martin out in the I formation is going to throw out of it. Throws deep over the middle, and it is caught. Nice jumping catch there for the first down. Giacomo Jones.
Excellent play, but Diggs, did you see the ball duck? Boy, wobble out of the hands. Here we can see it on the replay. It's not exactly a tight spiral, but gets the job done. Nice job by the wide receiver there to bring it in. That's the kind of play that can win you ball games there, Daggs.
Jones having a great day. 3 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Not bad for his rookie debut.
Not bad at all.
Floating pass, able to be hauled in by Andre Godspeed. That one just had a lot of air under it for being such a short throw.
Martin got the air taken out of him as soon as he threw the ball. He got hit. I was just amazed that he was able to get the ball out of the pocket, much less for it to be accurate. Actually, you can see there, solid numbers there for Martin, 213 yards and a score.
Brings up a second down and 3. Delayed handoff, run up the middle. Is going to be enough for a first down. Gains about 4 yards on the play. Spencer Meyer.
Yeah, I like this momentum that London has on this series. They'll get a short. They'll make that short second down pass or first down pass for a short second down, and they'll run the ball for the first down. I like it.
As do I. Power I formation here on first down. Martin dumps it down to the running back, who's immediately stuffed. There was no blocking over on that side.
So if London wins tonight, will they be celebrating with tea and crumpets?
Well, I would have to assume so. I think that's what they do over here.
I don't know anything about England.
I don't know, but we're probably going to offend somebody. 3 wide receivers lined up to the right-hand side. Second down and 14. Martin looking to throw deep over the middle, and it is incomplete in the end zone. Pass intended for Giacomo Jones, going for his second touchdown of the day, but he's not able to haul it in. Nick Daggs on pass coverage.
I don't know why Nick Daggs is celebrating there, because it looks like he was out of position, and the wide receiver had an absolute opportunity. Now, again, not a gimme reception there, but one that you've got to expect from your wide receivers.
Empty backfield here on third down and 14. Well within field goal range. Definitely want to still play it safe on this one. Martin looking all day to throw in the pocket. Spins, and he is brought down at the 37-yard line. 35-yard line. They're going to give him forward progress. A little taunting there at the end.
Yeah, this is just not a smart play by Martin. You've got to have some kind of situational awareness here. You can't ask for a better job than what the offensive line did for you blocking. You're in third down. You know that you want to try a field goal. You're in field goal range, and to take the sack and to push you out of field goal range is just unexcusable.
London's going to punt it back to St. Louis. Again, kicking over to the sidelines. It's going to bounce out of bounds at the 8-yard line. So looking back at our chat here, Dwayne Schindler says that they celebrate with beer here in the UK.
Okay, well, I might enjoy it after all. Let's go Knights.
A country after your own heart. So an important drive here for St. Louis as they're backed up at their own 8-yard line. Less than 7 minutes to go here in the game. They need a touchdown to take the lead. A field goal gets them closer, but not quite close enough. See what they can do here. It's going to be throw over to the right-hand side, but he's going to catch it out of bounds. Incomplete pass. And poor Malcolm Tucker looks like he is going to be out for a while.
Well, luckily for Tucker, the SFL's doctor is Mr. Miyagi. So he's going to be able to slap his hands together and get him back on the field next week.
It works out really well for him that we got the magicians over here in the medical staff.
Yeah, I had a rash the other week, and Miyagi took care of me.
We don't need to know about your rash, Stephen.
Well, I'm just saying he's a wonderful doctor.
Oh, that's good. Alexander back to throw, throws it over the middle, in and out of the hands of his receiver, intended for Cody Scott. Free agent acquisition brought in from Carolina to try to help out the passing game, unable to help him on that play.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Gladiators are their own worst enemy right now. This offense has looked stagnant for most of the game, and deep in their own territory here, 3rd and 10, it's not looking good.
You don't want to have to punt out of this situation.
No, you don't.
Going to give London really good field position if they can't get anything going here. See what they can do. Alexander's going to drop back to throw. It's going to be a quick out route, and it is caught. Hauled in by Cody Scott, but unfortunately it was only a gain of 3. Once again, one of your least favorite plays, an out route on a 3rd down where they throw it short of the sticks and not in a position where the receiver's even able to turn upfield.
Yeah, but I understand at least I understand the thinking process behind it being so backed up. Just trying to give your punter a little bit more breathing room to try and get this punt off.
Punt is nearly blocked by London. St. Louis punter is able to get it away, but Daggs takes it in at the 45-yard line, gets it up to the St. Louis 43. Excellent starting field position for London with about 6 minutes to go here in the game and a 4-point lead.
Yeah, you really feel like if the Knights can really buckle down here and put some points on the board, they might be able to go ahead and seal this thing here.
Running back Spencer Meyer finally starting to get a little bit going. It was looking like up to about 45 yards on the day. Not in on this play, though. Empty set for Martin. 3 receivers to the left. One of them looking like he's running a short screen route. Not going that way. Steps up into the pocket. Avoids the sack. Runs over to the right and ends up getting rid of the ball as pressure was starting to get to him again.
Yes, there it is. Golf clap. Golf clap for Martin. Good job.
He learned.
Again, all day long. He had all day. He did a wonderful job of evading the pass rush there. Almost Houdini-like to get out of the pocket and throws the ball away. Don't need to take any unnecessary chances here. But, hey, they're staying aggressive. No back set with 4 wide receivers, maybe even 5 wide receivers. I can't remember, but aggressive is the key.
Looks like they're in a running set here, and it is a delayed handoff. Meyer's able to spin his way up. Nice gain on the play. Gets it up to the 35-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down and a very manageable 2 yards.
All right, so for me, here's the game for the Gladiators, okay? They're at the 35-yard line. Probably not field goal range, right on the edge for this kicker. So if they can get a stop here, stop them from getting a 1st down, the Gladiators may give their offense one more chance at redemption.
Meyer's going to hand it off here. Meyer trying to get around to the outside. Unable to get the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and 1 from the 34. Bring up about a 50-yard field goal. Should be manageable for contract kicker Zach Daggs if they want to try it.
Let's see what they do here.
They might still have the offense out here on the field. They do. See if they're going to try to draw them off sides. And no, they're going to snap the ball. Playing aggressive. And they get the 1st down. Nice run out to the right. Up to the St. Louis 29-yard line. Excellent play call. 1st down. Clock is running inside 5 minutes with the lead.
Well, it's one of those catch-22s. If you make it, you look like you're a genius coach. If you miss it, you're the GOAT. You're going to be dogged in the media. They're going to be talking about you bad on talk radio all week. It just happens here for the London Knights. It works out.
1st down and 10. Martin's going to hand it off. Meyer stuffed that time. Brings up a 2nd down and 11.
And if you're the Gladiators, boy, you are watching that clock because that is your lifeline to getting back into this game. Remember, it's only a 4-point game. A touchdown swings this game in the other direction. So for the Gladiators defense, time to step up once again.
Manny Eisenhower on that stop. He's a load on the defensive line. 6'4", 313 pounds. It's a big boy. Second down and 11. Myers going to take the ball. He's trying to run it out to the left side on a counter. He is tackled for a loss on the play.
Yeah, again, not really good vision there. Had it appeared on his right side and opts to go to his left. So not exactly sure what he's seeing there, but obviously just didn't work out for him that time.
Looks like Freeman Peltier came in on a safety blitz that time, got in behind the line, and was able to make the tackle for a loss. Brings up a 3rd down and 13 for London. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Martin takes the snap and hands it off. Once again, stopped at the line, runs right into the defensive lineman, and down he goes.
Well, probably the best case scenario there for the Gladiators. You know, they had an opportunity to stop them for 4th down, can't do it. Now they're going to try and limit them to a Daggs field goal, which is almost guaranteed if you believe the play-by-play.
It's money. I'm telling you, count these points already. So here we go for about a 48-yard field goal try. Running as much time off the clock as they can. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. Count it. 13-6 Knights over the St. Louis Gladiators. 2 minutes, 38 seconds here to go. Early in the morning, Sunday morning, here in Europe.
Well, here it is, Ethan Alexander. What kind of player are you? These are the type of game situations we dream about in the backyard. 18 of 31 passing so far in this game. 105 yards and an interception. Not his day in the stat book, but can it be his game? This is the series where he can prove it right here.
Daggs with the kickoff back to the 2-yard line. Taking the return up to the, it spins his way up to the 25-yard line where St. Louis will take over. 2.5 minutes to go. You know, in the St. Louis offense, they have a lot of size on their receiving options. I mean, you got free agent acquisition Cody Scott. They brought him in from Carolina. He's 6'5". They have rookie receiver Tristan Jones, 6'4". At tight end, Elijah Swaim, 6'7". I mean, let some of these guys run downfield, throw it up high, and see what they can do.
Well, typically the bigger wide receivers aren't your faster wide receivers. They're more possession guys. So these guys will get in the playbook and get these guys going.
Alexander is able to find his man over the middle on that one.
Nice.
Brings up a 1st down from the 42, and they're going to hurry back to the line. Alexander, quick throw out to Diaz. Spins his way up to the 46-yard line where he'll be tackled. Going to continue the hurry-up offense, trying to get another play off here before the 2-minute warning. Alexander's crushed. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning here in the game. 13-6 Knights over the Gladiators. We'll pause for one more brief word from the SFL presented by APM Music.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Donnie Mack on a huge interception, really putting quite possibly the nail in the coffin here for the St. Louis offense.
Yeah, that's just, wow, what a big play and a big moment. I mean, that's when those playmakers step up. That's a guy that you want to mark down on your roster sheet as a guy to watch here coming this season. Big play right there in the preseason.
London's going to take back over from their own 44-yard line. Expect to see a lot of runs here, trying to get the clock run out. Quick pitch over to Meyer. No gain on the play, and St. Louis is forced to burn the first of their 3 timeouts.
Yeah, and if all things here go as planned, you know, Gladiators are going to still have time to get into this ball game and at least tie it up and maybe even win it. So there's still plenty of time here for them to get something done, but nothing for me, I don't know about you, Daggs, has shown in their offense that they're going to be able to go down the field.
Doesn't look it, but we've seen some crazy finishes in the SFL before. I wouldn't write this game off quite yet. Looks like some of the people in the chat are already calling it the game. Not so fast. Let's see how this one shakes out. St. Louis burns another timeout. 3rd down and 8. If they can stop them here, call that last timeout, they could end up getting the ball back with still over a minute and a half to go. See if they can make some magic happen.
Yeah, I think the fellas and me and Chad are just getting ready for a beer shower in the locker room afterwards.
They are ready for it. Hand off to the right-hand side is stuffed. St. Louis burns their last timeout. 4th down and 9, so London will have to punt it back to St. Louis. They're going to get one more shot to see if they can get this done. This game is not over yet, folks.
Yeah, see how confident London is. Their punter went out on the field without a helmet. That's how confident they are right now.
He don't need a helmet. You don't see him wearing helmets in European football, do you?
That's true. That's a man sport with those shorts and high socks. But for the Gladiators to go back to the game, this is the best possible outcome for you. You've got a good chunk of time here. You can make some noise.
Punters returned up to the 22-yard line. Minute 37, no timeouts. This is what it's going to come down to for St. Louis. Can Ethan Alexander get it going? Get it to some of his big receiving options and make some plays happen. Or maybe dump it down to Denzel Diaz, see if he can juke a guy and use that speed to break one to the house. He's got options here. It's just a matter of making the most of them.
They just need one big play.
London playing a conservative defense. Picked off again. The pass is intercepted, and that is going to be the game. Jeffrey Daggs intercepts it with a pass over the middle of the field, and that is going to seal this one up. London can kneel this one away. The beer shower will soon commence for everyone here in London. God save the Queen, as you said earlier.
Absolutely, and it's a Daggs again. This game has been full of Daggs.
We're everywhere. We've invaded Europe, and it looks like one sealed the day for London.
It's like the dang clone army. There's a Dag under every helmet. Well, speaking of Daggs, it's been a pleasure being on the air with you tonight, being here in London. Man, let's go out. I know it's 2 in the morning, but let's go out and have some fun.
Absolutely, we got to see what the nightlife is like here in London. Something tells me London doesn't go to sleep at 2:30 in the morning, so I don't think we should either.
No, I wasn't talking about the nightlife. I was talking. Let's hit up that McDonald's again.
Oh yeah, I have some coupons for some free dollar menu items here in my backpack.
Coupons. I like
Got to use the coupons. That's the American way.
There you go. They're American coupons. So
well, they are. I hope they're accepted over here.
Well, we'll see. Hey, we'll give it a best shot.
Martin's going to kneel the ball down again. We'll just need one more snap to run this clock out. Coming up in only 5 days, the SFL will kick off Week 1 of Season 10 as the defending champion Mexico City Aztecs hosts the 4-time champion Queen City Corsairs. Game's going to take place on Thursday, January 4th at 7 p.m. Central Time, live on Twitch. That should be a fun way to get the season kicked off.
Absolutely. And, hey, congratulations, London. First game in London is a win. It's a victory. Go out, riot, steal. Turn cars over. I don't care. It's not my country. But have a blast. This is your night. Congratulations. And, for the St. Louis Gladiators, you can always take solace in that you're Americans. So you always have that.
Absolutely. They can't take that away.
Can't take it away.
Your final score, the London Knights 13, St. Louis Gladiators 6. This is Mike Daggs, your play-by-play commentator, along with Stephen Mullenax. This has been a presentation by the SFL, presented by APM Music. Cheerio from London, everybody. Have a great night.
Top of the morning to you, and thank you, Scott.
This has been a special presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. The preseason is over. We'll see you on the front page of Twitch Thursday night.